I'm terrible at multitasking.
Okay.
So whenever I'm focused on one thing, my other businesses suffer. So I now realized that. And one brand was like, they had already made down payment
Wow.
and it was the day for the shoot. And they saw me and they were like, that they needed someone that had fuller hips and waiting. I was looking at them. That one hurt me because I don't know, I think I was new. Somebody even said my smile was bad. I was shocked because I had never heard
that one
in my life.
Levels.
I'm an influencer. I can only tell people to buy from you, but I'm going to sound as convincing as I can. But I'm not going to go into people's pockets to get them to buy. So I'm not a marketer.
So if the product is good,
it will definitely sell.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. I wish I knew earlier, but free jobs don't pay the bills.
True.
And it is more difficult to transition from free jobs to getting paid than it is to start from getting paid. At the least, people should thank you for working for them. When the person said, all of Nana hook up girls, I just read it. I didn't respond. I didn't block the person. I checked the person's page because normal. So I checked. I looked at the person like you have mouths.
And you mentioned Lagos when you were talking. You mentioned Lagos. Seems you've stayed in Lagos.
Yes.
Yeah. So how would you compare the two creator atmosphere? Let me put it that way. Yeah, I'm sure. Did you read modeling in school?
No.
Clearly. So you get. So how did you figure it out? Let's meet you. What's the name?
Deka George.
Okay. For those that don't know you, for those living under a rock, because I'm sure some people actually living under a rock. So who's Deka George?
I do my best for a living. I model. I influence for brands.
Okay.
I am a makeup artist. I'm a bridal hairstylist. I also own a clothing line.
Who is stylist too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Bridal, that's like wedding.
Bridal hair, just Igbo, Edo, Fulani.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
More traditional
stuff. Bridal hairstyle.
Okay, that's cool. So, which of these things is like which of these things do you enjoy doing most?
Honestly, everything I do, I enjoy. But we could just pick one to talk about today.
Okay.
So
let's take a deep dive on your content and your modeling.
Okay.
Okay. So how long have you been putting yourself out there, content and everything? How long have you been in the game?
Content creation, I think I started in 2017. Yeah. I started in 2017. I started modeling in 2015 as well.
Oh, that's such a long time.
Yeah, I was in school.
You started doing school days?
Yeah.
Well, that's way back. Commendable. Like, how did you get started? What inspired you to even get started? So, were there other people doing it or something you always just liked? Stuff?
It was acting first.
Okay.
It was acting. So I've starred in a couple of movies. I even went ahead to produce my own film. But I wasn't getting the recognition I felt I deserved. I wasn't getting my flowers.
Right.
So I tried to think, how could I get these producers to see me? And I realized that social media was like a powerful tool I could use to my advantage. So
while in school, you mean you recorded your own movie while in school?
No, not in school.
Okay,
I recorded my first movie in 2021, but I did a film. I think my first film was in 2018. It was a short film on YouTube. Yeah.
Is it still on YouTube?
Yes.
Where do you find it? I'm sure it's something you can watch and laugh about because it's been years.
Channel. It's been years. But I shot my first comedy skit in 2018.
Wow.
Yes, it was 2018 in school.
So since 2018 to now, it's been back to back. Because I obviously follow your page, your IG, and you have a lot of content there. So you've been giving back to back hits. That's nice. That's very commendable, and it has been such a journey for you because it comes with a lot of struggle.
It's not easy. Nothing is easy. So
fact. So have you been able to deal with managing your time? Because for a lot of people, their days they want to do stuff, not necessarily content, not necessarily model. They want to do something they love, but they still don't find a way. They don't have a way around it so that they manage their time. Some have a like some people are married. There's this sorry, I think my phone is vibrating.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be on airplane mode. I think what is yours?
Mine.
Probably still vibrating. Maybe it's not here. Just. Are you hearing it?
Nope.
Okay. So for a lot of people, they want to actually do what they love, other than their jobs, anything. But they don't really find a way around it. Some people will say, okay, they get married, they are occupied with kids. Their job is just too busy. They have a lot of stuff going on. They don't find the time to do the extra thing they actually feel rewarding. So how have you been able to manage your time and still find a way to get things done? And especially, I'm sure, did you read modeling in school?
No.
Clearly. So you get. So how did you figure it out?
Honestly, I'm terrible at multitasking.
Okay.
So whenever I'm focused on one thing, my other businesses suffer. So I now realized that you cannot do it on your own. Get capable hands.
Wow. Early enough. You figured that early enough.
Yes, that's the only way. So the things that are solely dependent on you, you focus on.
That.
Like my clothing business now. Initially, I used to model. I used to take the videos,
yourself.
Edit it, and everything.
Manage the page, attend
and
to
still
customers.
manage. Do you understand? Go
buy
for
the
deliveries, go for material sourcing, everything. Then I realized that
it's a lot.
at what point do I shoot my comedy? At what point do I do makeup for my clients? Then hairstyling, then modeling. Even when I have jobs with other brands, how do I
and
meet
in real life too, that's not on camera.
Real life that's not on camera, you get.
True.
So I realized that outsourcing is the only way. So I don't have to manage my page. I just need to have access to the page so that I also monitor from time to time.
What's going on?
I don't have to. The modeling now, I'm a model, does not mean I have to model my clothes.
True.
I can also get other people.
Yeah.
So I try to, even my content, comedy now that I film, I have a team now.
Oh,
yeah, I have a team.
nice.
So the guy shoots, he edits.
Wow.
Makes my life easy. So literally, I know I'm only filming today. Like I'm the actor today. I don't have to sit or stay awake all night to edit the videos and stuff. So it has really
helps your mental health.
Yes.
So you are more relaxed.
Yes.
And I like what you said there. You go for the main thing that has to be done by you.
Yes.
You focus on doing that. You focus on getting better on that. Not distracted with
instead of doing other things.
That's really nice. But some people would like to say that that's very expensive. I'm sure it's not cheap.
It's not cheap, really. Not cheap. But initially, you start out with a team that has the same vision as you.
True.
Now, first of all, you have to convince them that you have a bright future.
True.
Because, for instance, now let's say the guy that films for me doesn't get paid by me. That films me, let's say he doesn't get paid.
Okay.
You have to convince him that you have to convince him that I have a bright future. Before the end of the year, I'll blow or something.
Yes. So don't miss out on this.
So if you're not able to, if you don't have the money, then you should be able to convince people that this is my vision. If you are with me on it, you will not regret
something
it.
For it. And I like what you also mentioned there. It's a journey that it's part of his journey too. Yes. He can add your work to his portfolio too.
Exactly.
So it's a win-win for everybody, not necessarily payment. So if you're watching this, see, because there are people that are very good in looking for problems with every solution. Because the first problem you mentioned, the first solution you mentioned was outsourcing everything, focus on the key priority.
They'll still find.
Yes, okay. Somebody says it's very expensive. So give you another game. Okay, you can bring people on your journey with you, and obviously they will learn.
Yeah.
They will benefit too for themselves. So you don't.
The clothing brand. When I got people for the first few months, I couldn't afford to pay them.
Okay.
So I had to make a choice because initially when I started my clothing brand, the idea was to sell affordable dresses for plus size women. Okay. But I realized that with that affordable dresses, I couldn't pay people working for me.
True.
So I had to choose, will these affordable dresses work for me or do I want to get hands? And I realized that, okay, I just need to shoot up my price a
A bit.
so that I can be able to pay the people that work for me. And also there's commission, there are bonuses, just keep people interested.
That's very sorry. I think with every sentence you make, you are just dropping points. It reminds me of something I said one time, that people are scared to up their price.
Yeah.
There was this lady I reviewed one time. She was making serious money just selling food. So one quick point you mentioned here that aligned with that was, you want to keep something affordable, but at the end of the day, you are not having. You're not. It's not fitting your bills and life you want to. If you feel you have to up your price, your price, and just as long as you deliver value to people, there will be a new market.
That's just it
for you. So okay, you've been around this thing since 2017. You've been around camera, shooting stuff, your content. So there must be things you've learned along the way. So in 2024. What are some of the things for anybody that is just starting now that wants to go into, let's say, content creation generally, or model, or let's say start up anything? And what are some of the things that you want to tell somebody to don't do in order to scale them, to help them grow faster, or do more of to help them grow faster?
When you start as a content creator, there's this urge to do free jobs. I mean, you just want to have stuff on your page, so you just feel, let me just do it. I would say, I wish I knew earlier, but free jobs don't pay the bills.
True.
And it is more difficult to transition from free jobs to getting paid than it is to start from getting paid. At the least, people should thank you for working for them. There should either be a goodie bag, there should be transportation or feeding, something. Nobody values what they don't pay for.
Fact.
That's just how it works.
Fact.
So as much as you want to do free jobs to build your portfolio, you have to benefit from it. If you're going to do free job for a clothing brand, maybe you are into Get Ready With Me, or you are into lifestyle content, at the least,
your transport, something should be covered.
Let them give you something.
There should be a sense of commitment from the other brand.
There should be something. Clothes is not your problem. You will collect clothes, you will be tired. You will see clothes in your wardrobe like this, you will be tired.
You sound like, are there been times where brands just want to give you clothes as payment alone and no actual form of
There was a skincare brand I worked with one time that I was working with them for free. They were not paying me. So they were just giving me products. I worked with this brand for a really long time. Then I started to have a lot of stuff on my face. And then I started to think, what did I really benefit? If I had gotten paid, I would have said, okay, well, at least let me use the money they paid me to go and treat my skin.
Of course,
But now I was all alone. The product, I can't use it, I can't give it to anybody. I'd already influenced for this brand, and really and truly, it was working for me at the time. So I couldn't go back to tell people that, don't buy this brand, it's not working, because it was working. I don't know what happened along the line, and it stopped working. True. So the only thing I could do now is not work for the brand again. But I didn't have anything. I needed to take care of my skin. Now, where was I going to find the money? I was run up and down. Maybe if they had paid me as little as, even if it was 20,000 or 50,000, I could have said, okay, so it's my loss. Let me use this money to, so don't work for free. If you can, try as much as possible to get something. When people want to give you something, give you clothes, give you shoes, bags, hairs, anything, always say, okay, so is there like an incentive? Since you're small, start with incentive.
Stand on business.
Stand on God. No matter how little
it is.
Get something.
And it's good. Or you can even ask for equity. If they want to cut out everything, you can ask that, okay, for every clothes, let's say every 10 clothes, let me say like that, can I get this for myself?
But I don't even do that right now because that's like a bonus. You will still pay me. I'm not a marketer. I'm an influencer. I can only tell people to buy from you. But I'm going to sound as convincing as I can. But I'm not going to go into people's pockets to get them to buy. So I'm not a marketer.
So if the product is good,
it will definitely sell. That's just the truth. Because I'm going to do my part. So if I'm still going to get bonuses on each sale. That is just for us to track that, okay, the advert you did with me did something, converted, but that I'm going to collect payments based on that.
You shouldn't depend on that. So it's nice. And the good thing of what you mentioned is that brands will actually pay.
They will.
If they feel that this person is going to give them value, they will pay. So sometimes it's a question of, are you ready to even have that conversation with them? Some people are, like you mentioned, since they're starting early, it's too scared to they don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But it's good to just start up early, so you don't have to be a problem of wanting to now ask, and they are not used to even paying anything. For it. Yeah, so that's very solid. That's very solid. Thank you for that input. So the other thing I was going to ask is, what's the most you've charged a brand for a gig? What's the highest you've charged? And also, let's put it this way: what's the biggest you see yourself charging a brand in the nearest months? Let me not even say years, in few months.
The price I plan to charge, I have not been able to comprehend it. The price is coming when it lands.
Like, it's going to be so big. But I'm sure it's in USD.
But on God though, if not pounds.
Oh my God.
At this point.
The Nigerian economy is never for you. Oh, that's nice. But at the time, what would you say is the biggest bag that made you feel like, wow, this is really a thing I should double down on? What's the smiling bag you saw, a credit that you saw that like made you feel good about your gig? Or is it passion?
It's passion. That's why I'm asking you currently. Because you don't go into anything because of making money. Well, that's wrong. Let me not put it like that. But I mean, just wanting to make money, that means you will quit in the next 1 month or 2 months, even 6 months, because you might not make anything.
So that shouldn't be your only.
Yeah, that's why everything I do, I enjoy doing.
And you have to like.
You have to like what you do. I know that Nigeria is so tough, and so a lot of people are doing jobs that they don't like. But try as much as possible to do what you like, and I promise you, consistency would get you there.
To get you there, definitely.
You just need to be consistent. As long as you like what you're doing, do it for fun. Just be posting, make videos, watch a couple of people's stuff and get inspired to do your own. If you have to copy people's stuff, do so by all means. That's the truth. I've seen skits on this person's page and I sit on this person's page. I'm like, this is not the same. Sometimes the person is even in India and I'm seeing it on one of the popular, so people copy each other a lot. Just do your own thing, but try to, tweak it up a bit. And yeah, that's it. It's passion for me. But then it's good money.
Good.
It's good money.
Good money is good money. So you don't want to put like a number to it. Like what has made you like, wow, this is nice. This is rewarding. I think that's a word. It's very rewarding.
I don't. Is it the money?
Not necessarily the money.
I think it's some of the brands I've worked with. I've worked with top brands, and I'm like, if I can be on this person's brand, this page, then that means one day I'm going to be on Fashion Nova, I'm going to be on Shein, going to be on Louboutin, all these big brands and stuff. So it's the idea of where I'm going to be at soon. I'm not even what it is. The present.
I like what you mentioned there, because some people just do some things for just money. So if they get something that is less than what they want, they either stop that whole hobby or things they enjoy doing completely, or it slow them down, or it will now make them start charging too high, too early, without allowing themselves go to the natural phase of doing it, getting all the knowledge they would have gotten. If not, if they not put money first.
Working with. Your price rates cannot be the same for every brand. There are big brands that will reach out to you, and you will know that. How do I put this thing? If you go to the market, if I go to the market and I want to get a dress, and they tell me the dress is 30,000 naira, and I'm like, oh, how much last? The person says 25,000. You've removed a whooping 5,000 naira. And then I now tell you, no, this dress is 25,000 is much. You now still remove another. I don't understand. Did you buy the dress 5,000 naira?
It makes you question if it's actually 1,000.
So I'm not going to buy that dress eventually because I don't think you've placed enough value on the dress. So that is the same way this content creation and modeling stuff work. A while back, a brand reached out to me. I'm actually going to mention figures now. So a brand reached out to me. It's okay, let me not go into more detail. But a brand,
I love figures.
A brand reached out to me, and I gave them my rate card. I looked at the brand, and it was a small business. I think they had about 3,000 followers. So I just said, oh, this is a small business. So I gave them a relatively fair rate that I felt they could afford. And then the lady went ahead and said, oh, that's quite high. They can afford it. I said, okay, what's your budget? Then she gave me her budget. I tweaked my services a bit, told her, okay, instead of this, we'll do this, we'll do that. Yeah, you have to. Don't just agree for that particular rate. So she told me her budget, and then I now told her, okay, you know what, top it up a little bit, and then we'll work with this. She asked for my account number. I sent her my account number. She never got back to me. Now, see what I think I did wrong.
Okay.
You are charging, for example, I'm not going to mention actual figures, but let's just say I charged 500,000.
Okay.
And then this lady is telling me, oh, her budget is 100,000. When you hear such things, you should be so irritated. You'll be like, oh, madam, this can't work.
You can't meet in the middle. So far.
Because it's so far apart.
It's so far.
So me tweaking my services, it just felt like this is what I think I did wrong. I might be wrong, but this is how I felt. I felt like it just made her think that maybe not even going to offer as much value
for that 500.
Because if you are offering value, I mean, you would
she
not
don't have a problem taking it that.
Do you get when someone says 100,000, you just be like, madam, are we talking about the same thing here? It's just like these days you go to the market. Before, when you go to the market, you want to buy tomato, they tell you price, you start pricing. Now you'll be begging.
Yes, because you know what's going on.
Do you understand?
It's not easy for
you
them.
Start begging. They tell you a basket of tomato is 12,000 naira. You start begging, please, let me pay 10. They say no. At the end of the day, you buy it 11.5.
And if you waste time, it will increase.
Why you are there? The seller might get a call.
Better deal, yeah. Or dollar might go.
So I didn't get that job. She never paid me for this stuff. I'm not sad, but I learned.
It's part of the...
Yes, I learned. So next time someone reaches out to me and the person is way below, I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm sorry. Get someone else. Like, we can't, there's no way.
You can't meet any middle. There's no middle ground for this.
If you are removing anything, you shouldn't remove more than 10% at most,
And sorry, the other thing is I wanted to mention is these brands that actually want to really underprice you, want to even get you on your nerves. If you deliver a very poor shabby job, the same people will not sell the other people that they underpaid you. They will still say you did not give them your best.
That's what they'll say.
And it's bad for your own personal, for your own brand.
And it flies. The rumors are real. Like brands talk, you'll be surprised. You want to work with this person, you start to hear, oh, don't work with her, she doesn't deliver, she's this, she's that. It happens. So it's better to work with. And if a brand is going to stress you from beginning, there's a 95% chance that job will not go well.
Not go well, especially when you don't feel good about it. Okay, as a model, as a model, content creator and everything, what would you say is your biggest expense? What takes a chunk of the money monthly, daily? What do you spend the most on? Skincare. Wow.
It is crazy.
And it shows.
You have no idea.
The skin glows effortlessly. For real.
Thank you. Wow. Skincare. Modeling is difficult because you are going to be objectified. That is
that part.
People look at you and start to pick things on your body. Like,
for faults.
I'm like, can you create me? But it's what it is. People look at you and then they tell you, oh, we wish your nose was just slightly
big.
They tell you, oh, we wanted someone that had open teeth. And we're actually looking for someone that had shorter fingernails.
Wow.
What if, oh, you have a scar here? Oh, no. We wanted some, so modeling is...
You have to
you need to be strong.
Play your own part to make sure your skin, the things you can control.
You control. The things you can control, try to control. And leave the rest. Don't bother yourself about it. It has nothing to do with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There was a time I was looking for an albino to do makeup for. I just wanted to try makeup on an albino. If somebody ever told me in this life that I would look for an albino for something, I would tell how, why? Because I don't even have any friends with albino. I feel like I just never got to meet any. But when I needed. So imagine you being a dark-skinned model and I'm telling you, oh no, that's not what I'm looking for. You'll be like, What
can
is
I
she
do
looking for? My skin is good,
about
but
it?
that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted an albino, and that was what I got.
You made something very interesting here that most of the times is you shouldn't, models or creators shouldn't feel bad for their own personality. That's not really on them, it's on the brand.
The brand, yeah.
And especially what the brand is looking for at that time.
And the brand is also not wrong for not picking you.
Yeah, they have something.
It's not racism, it's not tribalistic, it is not anything. They have what they want.
At that
it's
time.
their money, and if they need you, they would pick you.
Yeah. And who says next time subsequently the campaign might change, they will have a need for that.
Exactly.
But if you hinder yourself from stopping yourself from creating more stuff, other brands will not see you, and even the old brand might not even come back again.
So someone just says, "Oh, you are not what we're looking for right now." Just
What's the word you read? What's the craziest one?
Okay, I think the best I've heard, the craziest one I've heard is they wanted someone who had more tummy. And I'm like, you want to add to this tummy that is already big.
Wow.
Please, you push go.
You should just go, like, you know what, I'm just going to leave this thing.
Then I've also heard, I heard them say one time that they wanted someone who had broad shoulders and was slimmer down.
A lady?
Yes.
Broader shoulders.
I just look for a guy that goes to gym now. Because
I don't stress me.
It is what it is. And I've also, one hurtful one I got one time, because I have hip dimples.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I have hip dips. That's what it's called.
Okay.
So it's a situation where it's like you have a dimple in your hips. So instead of the regular figure eight that goes C, so yours goes in and then comes out.
Okay,
so
I
have that, and one brand was like they had already made down payment, and it was the day for the shoot, and they saw me and they were like, that they needed someone that had fuller hips and waiting. I was looking at them. That one hurt me because I don't know. I think I was new. It was just I started
thick skin.
Yes. God, it's in hot.
But hope no refunds.
Refund fire.
No refunds.
I knew I wasn't going to make a refund, so I was like, it was a win-win. But I wanted to do the job because it was a big brand, and I knew it was going to be a big deal for me. But it didn't work, and we moved. I've had to work with other brands that wanted to work with me because of the hip. So
and more importantly, you have thick skin. It doesn't get to you. Whatever
anymore.
It doesn't get to you.
Bad comments, negative comments. At this point, I always say something. 6 years ago, when I started, when I was still new, anyways, I used to pray, and I have this thing where I have like a conversation with God. It's not prayer; it's like a discussion. So I was always telling God that I wanted to blow, I wanted to be big, like right now. I always wondered why God never did it, because I work very hard.
I really do see it.
I work extremely hard, and this is not capping. I was always asking God why, and then sometime early this year, some of my videos started to go viral. I was on Crack TV, Yaba Left, everywhere. And then I started seeing a lot of negative comments. People had a lot to say about my body, my face. Somebody even said my smile was bad. I was shocked because I had never heard that one in my life.
Levels to this.
I have met people that would tell me, "Oh, your smile is so beautiful. You have a nice dentition." I was shocked that somebody had a problem with my smile. But for the first time, I wasn't.
How do you handle such? Did you block them, or you just turn a blind eye?
It depends on my mood. But I don't respond to negative comments. That's what I was trying to say. I don't respond to negative comments anymore. It doesn't even get to my skin.
Low vibrations, low energy.
I'm telling you. So like years ago, I started to think, I'm like, if God had actually given me the I want to blow prayer request 6 years ago.
Too early.
Probably I would have been depressed, because at the time I wasn't strong enough. I remember in 2017 I went to a salon in Lagos, and there was an argument and the lady called me a fat pig. I got home, I cried. You know,
wow.
So I'm just imagine I had to read these negative comments then. I probably would have given up on my dreams.
True.
I would have been depressed. I would have started to see myself differently.
Yeah.
So I feel like God just does things at the right time. This time that He did it for me. In fact, bring the negative comments, because that means it's more engagement.
True.
More engagement means more views.
Exactly.
So when you see something bad about my post, you send it to one of your friends to confirm.
To see it again.
That one too will view. One more back, and that one will send to another person. So at this point, please, negative comments. In fact,
like
that is what we want.
It is nice. I've heard of people closing their accounts based off they can't deal with negative comments
now. I feel like it was they made it at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Because if you understand how social media works, you shouldn't even care about comments. It's an
advantage.
advantage.
And I'm sure you've heard of this thing. Go and want fufu and chop. Go and want, people saying this thing. If you really do a double down check on their own lives, they don't have it figured out.
Yes, exactly.
They don't have like the list. They don't have anything figured out. But they feel like social media is like their escape, their vents where they came to project.
Yeah, I put up a post today about my friends and I. There's this trend going on.
I saw that.
Which of my friends would you like to go on a date? And someone made a comment. The person said, all of Nana hook up girls. I just read it. I didn't respond. I didn't block the person. I checked the person's page because normal. So I checked. I looked at the person like you have mouths. You can't even believe it.
If it's on Twitter, they'll go like copy the person's DP and post this you.
I'm telling you because I was like, Madam, you.
Like it's crazy. So it's nice that you've built a thick skin. You really know how everything works. So for somebody let's start it now. You mentioned something. So if you watching this and you missed out on what she said consistency. She mentioned that build a thick skin, do what you love, and don't start out with just money in mind alone, because it will hinder you for more things. But interestingly, don't be too scared to charge your words, and don't be a freebie. People should give a sense of commitment to make sure that they value what you do and what you put out for them.
Charge your words, very importantly. It is the most important part. Whatever you can do, someone else can do it, but they cannot do it like you. That is just the truth. There was a time when I started giving, like, I wanted models to start modeling for my clothing brand. One modeling agency charged me 20,000 for per model. So there was another brand that was charging me 50,000 for the per model. I was like, I beg.
What if you have a lot of clothes to shoot and like
they would shoot the whole day.
Okay.
So I was like 50,000. I beg, calm down, Jerry. How many clothes am I selling? I went for the 20,000 model. I never posted those pictures. They modeled the clothes, but it was just something I wasn't giving.
You exactly what you
know. So someone else can do it and probably do it at the rates they want, but they cannot deliver what you can deliver.
True.
And that's the truth.
And it's very important to get the right mood, especially for your fashion, because of people watching that they want to really see.
Fashion is lifestyle.
For real.
Fashion is you are tricking people into buying. Fashion is like the most calculated and manipulative business. Because naturally people don't need new clothes. I can wear this clothes for the next 2 years.
Especially ladies.
Yes. Ladies would mix this and mix that and mix. So for you to convince them to buy, you need to show them what we call lifestyle. And if that model is not representing, there's some people that anything they wear, you want to buy it. It looks good on them. And there are people that will wear the same clothes that this other person is wearing.
So that's bad for your sales and everything.
So
fact. So thank you for your time. Basically, I think you've covered a lot on this short section. I think the only thing I want to add to this is you're an Abuja-based creator, right?
Yes.
And you're doing a lot. You're making the most. And you mentioned Lagos when you were talking. You mentioned Lagos. Since you've stayed in Lagos.
Yes. Yeah.
So how would you compare the two creator atmosphere? Let me put it that way.
I think they are very different.
Okay.
They're very different.
Which do you enjoy more in terms of the network of other creators, in terms of locations for shoots, in terms of how people respond when you are creating, how they look at creators generally here in Abuja and compared to Lagos?
I feel like the money is here in Abuja.
Okay.
But Lagosians will never agree. But they leave Lagos and come to bag deals here. In Lagos, it is always bro, how far? Help me run this thing now.
Yeah.
Help me run this thing now. But in Abuja, people actually pay you
Good money.
for your services.
Good money. Facts.
And the Abuja market is not oversaturated. I can legit count how many female content creators we have here
Just
in
a
Abuja.
handful.
Yes.
Very small.
But in Lagos, it's just like what Odumodu said.
Mm-hmm.
There's 1,001 content creators in Lagos. I'm not saying that competition is not good, but you should be smart enough to know that, okay, if I can conquer the whole of Abuja first, there is no way you would, at least 80% of people living in Abuja know you, and 30-40%
don't know you.
It's not
That's
possible.
that's very smart. Just like for you're not coming out, it's going to Lagos to go and start the first
You are
round.
just
When nobody knows
nobody.
you, the big
If
forest.
they want to do a show, if Wizkid wants to do a show and he needs small artists to open the show for him, you will not even come top 20.
Yeah, there are many, like everybody there does.
You know, so that's how it
Just
is.
wisdom.
So I feel like for me, I'm enjoying the Abuja space. Locations,
It's
perfect.
calmer.
Moving from one place to the other. I mean, the traffic in Lagos is.
And the humans who are more mentally calmer.
I'm telling you,
That part.
please. Everybody is quiet. Everybody's
Yeah.
happy. You know, it's easier for me to work here, and I feel like a lot of people know me in Lagos already.
Can still go there and ball.
Yeah, so I
real.
can still. Lagos is a place that I would like to go shoot with a couple of content creators and still come back. But Abuja is it for me.
Okay, so let me add this. Speak to existence. What are some creators you looking to like work with? Top creators, not necessarily Lagos. You know, I'm asking this so that when I eventually watch you shoot with them, I'll say yes. She said it. She said it here.
Was it 2-3 years ago? I saw a movie and Kiki was in the movie.
Okay.
She was a police officer and they didn't show her face for more than 30 seconds. Is too much.
Wow.
When I watched it last year or this year. I'm like, is that not Kiki? I took the movie back. I saw that was Kiki. I was like, Kiki, they rubbish like this, just put her for 30 seconds scene.
And then.
And I'm like, wow. Look at Kiki today. Kiki is not your lead character.
No.
Then you are joking.
Like for real.
I would definitely love to work with Kiki. I would love to work with Bimbo Ademoye. Then for the guys, I think I'm a Shanks and Nasboy fan.
I love those two creators.
Oh my god.
I love those creators. Let me start with the Kiki. Let me add something. I think Kiki is so interesting that there's this place they open in Abuja, one water park somewhere in around Asokoro.
Yes.
She was the one that hosted. It means that you can really conquer in Lagos and you come Abuja to come together.
She was here for Brain Jotter's show.
Yeah, and her blog story is very interesting. It's very interesting journey.
Kiki
Very interesting journey. How she just blew up. Like this year was really high year.
Yes.
It's really high year because
Yes.
the year is not near.
I said the movie I watched, I checked the date. It was like maybe 2022 or 20.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but you know, at the end of the movie, they write the
name,
year,
the
they
cast,
put yes,
and
and she did not show.
Yeah, that was really commendable. And Shanks too is the vibe. Like when Kai Cenat
Shanks
came in, he's naturally he's like the guy you want to call to show you anything Nigeria right now. He's a go-to guy. So I like that his energy is very real, and I like what he do. And Nasboy too. That's my guy. I've been following him for a long time. I think one is because he went to University. That's one. And secondly, his content is other than he's just a comedian. His comedy has depth. It's enjoyable. It's not just there's lesson. There's something to take out. It's not so real.
He's
and
very
cool.
talented.
And
That's the
he's
word.
not a good musician too.
I
So
mean,
he does everything. He's doing well.
He's
doing well. So it's a small thing for you. You definitely get them
Amen.
on something very big that you make big bag too. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I wanted to know if I should touch on that, how you handle controversy stuff. The time you had, should I touch on that?
Which one?
The whole gay person stuff. You want to touch on that? What's the backlash? Okay, so I mentioned, I see most of your content you put out. I think one that actually made me crack up sometime last week was the one you did about Abuja people always wearing native to everywhere. It was so funny. It was so funny, to the gym, to church, to pool, to club, everywhere.
Is it not a fact?
It's actually a fact. It's so hilarious. It's so hilarious. And actually, the clothes are nice. Especially the prices are very expensive. So people are like, why not?
Yeah.
But I like that you made it spin on that. You made it cool. So sometimes there's this podcast you did. You had a controversial guest on. I don't want to mention the name. So I just want to know, you had a guest that eventually there were a lot of backlash drags for cross-dressing. I think that's the word. She was sharing her story. I don't know if I'm even saying her.
She likes.
He is sharing her story. Like, there's just a lot. So there was backlash. What was the backlash like? What did you have to deal with for hosting controversy?
I got threats. I got insults down to my family.
Damn.
It was crazy. People had a lot to say.
What was their baseline? What was their pain? What was their pain?
That I was using my platform to promote homosexualism.
Damn. That's crazy.
And I'm like, this is a podcast, Living in Abuja. That's what the podcast is called.
True,
this person lives in Abuja, and this person is telling me what it feels like to live in Abuja.
And who calls the shots for who should speak and who should not speak?
Am I going to stop the person from explaining?
And why were you the one being disturbed?
It doesn't even make any sense. Yeah. But I mean, it's what it is. Like I said, the engagement, the backlash.
It's not something new to you again.
I don't even care.
Yeah. Really. You mentioned you went to police cases. Was that serious?
Let's not go into that.
Wow. Anyways, if you enjoyed this section, I'm sure you will enjoy the host too. So quickly, the name, where can somebody find you on social media?
Okay, my name is Deka George, actor, model, hairstylist, makeup artist, everything.
And there's more to come. She has a podcast too.
Yeah, living in Abuja with Deka George.
Okay.
And my social media handles are the same, Deka George. That's THE Deka George. It should be on the screen.
I will leave everything in the description too and on the screen too. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you too.
I hope to have you on a bigger platform next time. Thank you very much. That will be all for now.
Thank you. Yeah.